It's Super Videos back at you for another video. In this video, I'm going to be talking about whether Daryl is using Morse code to talk to Rick. Now, just to put a little context into this theory and let you know what it is about, for those that don't know, at the beginning of the episode 704, when Negan and the Saviors came to Alexandria to get their offerings, when Rick was looking at the Saviors that were there, and when he saw Daryl as a hostage for the first time, the camera zooms into Daryl's face and we see Daryl blink a couple times. And people have been saying that basically Daryl is blinking in Morse code, telling Rick a secret message. Now, I usually would just put that theory to rest straight away and say that it was just a dumb theory and there was nothing to it. But there is a little bit more to it, because if you look at the same episode, even before this scene, at the very beginning, we see Michonne get out of bed and go to the fireplace and grab the gun. Now, as she's on her way, she passes by this board of something that says American Morse code. So this is actually in the episode. The American Morse code table that's on the wall in the episode, it actually goes from A all the way to Z, and it has numbers as well, and it's basically a bunch of dots and lines that correspond to the code. So for each letter there's a bunch of dots. So when I saw that, then I started thinking maybe there is something to this theory. I still don't think that the theory is right, but I think there is something to the theory. Now I'm gonna play that bit of clip for you and then I'll talk about it after.
Hey, Rick, you see that? What I just did? That is some service. Hey, Rick, you see that? What I just did? That is some service.
So as you can see, Daryl definitely does blink. He definitely does blink a couple times. And it is noticeable. For them to zoom in on his face like that, that kind of does give us the impression that they want us to pay attention to Daryl at that moment. Some people have been looking at that clip and tried to crack the code, and they said that they've cracked the code. Now, again, I don't believe there is a code. This is not Daryl giving Rick a secret message using Morse code. But some people have been saying that it is, and they have cracked the code. And they say the code says I East or I am East, which basically means that the sanctuary, which is Negan's compound, is located on the east side of where Alexandria is, or it's on the east of the country. Now, there's also been some people saying that it has something to do with the hilltop as well, something like 6 miles from hilltop. But all of those things are just theories. And I'm pretty sure that if there is an actual code, then if everyone cracks it, it's going to be the same thing. So for people to come up with different things based on this code, it just shows that we shouldn't really trust it. There's one thing I want to say. If you look at Daryl, he's only blinking 8 times. And for him to blink 8 times, that corresponds to maybe like 3 or 4 letters. So in my opinion, that's not enough to give Rick any sort of actual message. And I East and anything like that, that seems like a lot more letters. Now, I East is a bit more realistic, but the other ones, like 6 miles from hilltop, that's just way too many letters. And in my opinion, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't match up. Let's move on to why I disagree with this theory. 1, how the hell does Daryl know Morse code? They've been very transparent about it, if he does, because we've never seen him even look at a book that has something to do with Morse code. We've never seen him talk to anyone about Morse code. Did he just come up with it? Does he just know it? So they've been very transparent about it if he does in fact know it. The second one, how does Rick know Morse code? And how does he crack it in like 5 seconds? Is he that good at Morse code? If he's that good at Morse code, why wasn't he a scientist before the apocalypse? You know, and if he did study Morse code during the apocalypse, then why haven't we seen it? And the third reason I strongly disagree with this theory is that what purpose would it serve? You know, even if Rick does know that Daryl is located on the east, is he gonna go get him? And if so, why would he ask Negan if Daryl could stay right after? What's the purpose of that? If he knows he has a secret message that he can go get Daryl, why would he ask Negan if he can stay? Now you may make the case that he was just trying out his luck. Yeah, I guess, but it just seems useless to me. And the other part of it, even if he does know, why wouldn't he attack? Because he doesn't have the men. If he did have the numbers, they wouldn't be in this situation. So he doesn't have the numbers, so even if he knows where Daryl is, that's not going to do anything for him. He's not going to be able to save him. Now, there's something I want to talk about, the actual board that was in the episode itself. I think that wasn't coincidental. I think they did that on purpose. They put that on purpose because it foreshadows what's going to happen in the future. I think that is going to be something that is going to become a part of the story in the future. It may not, but I think there's a high possibility that they're going that route, that they put that in there as foreshadowing that in the future they're going to use Morse code. And with the coming battle between saviors and the survivors, it's likely that they may use this code. It will probably be useless because if they're in war, then why would they need Morse code? But I'm giving the theory the benefit of the doubt in terms of the board actually meaning something and that it's not coincidental. But that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. I'll be back for another video.